guys, welcome to day one of our 30-day challenge for workouts, wellness, and joy. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna do a little bit of planks, we're gonna do some cardio, we're gonna talk joy, and we're gonna talk physical wellness. So with those four things. Now, hopefully you answered the questions in the intro, and if you didn't, feel free to do that after this, and make sure that you do. Have a little journal, write things down. You will get more out of it that way. Okay, so for your planks, what you're gonna need is a mat, have water. If you want music on in the background, feel free. Listen to my cues for option levels, and let's get going. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is joy. So let's talk about the definition of joy. My favorite definition is right here. Joy is a state of mind and an orientation of the heart. For the next 30 seconds, have a seat and close your eyes or soften your gaze and just focus on that definition of joy. Okay, it's time to do our planks now. So planks are great because they work all our muscles between our shoulders and our hips. Okay, so perfect exercise to start with here. So what I want to do is have a mat, have your music, and water if you want to. So we're going to start with a little bit of a warm up here. Now, if any of this is uncomfortable for you, obviously don't do it. But what you're going to do is go into child's pose. So you're having your knees a little bit wider. You're going to walk the fingertips out, tuck the tailbone, and then reach the arms out. Hold 1, 2, 3. Come up and then reach the arms across. 1, 2, 3, and then switch sides. So as I reach across to one side, I'm really trying to plant this opposite hip down. Hold 1, 2, 3. If this is painful, go back to the center. If this is painful for your knees at all, what you can do is you can reach along a wall instead so that you're not in this kneeling position. That's fine too. And reach to the other side. 1, 2, 3. Go back to center. We're going to go one more round here. Try to keep your tailbone tucked a little, but create that length through the sides of your waist, okay? And last one there. A little shake out. Roll the shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. Interlace the fingers, and then you're going to do figure eights with the wrists. Make it as big as you can. So now reverse the direction that you're going. Keep abs in. Try to lengthen both sides of the waist if in a kneeling position. If that's bugging your knees at all, of course you can stand up as you do this. Now switch so that it feels unnatural to you and do the same thing again. We're going back to our figure eight here. So we're just getting the wrists ready if you're going to do this from your hands, the planks, and then you're going to reverse the direction, okay? And do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, shake that out. Let's get ready to plank. All right, so what we're going to start with is, I'll show you from the elbows first, but I'll probably end up going to my hands. So if you want to, you can have your elbows directly under the shoulders. Plant your forearms down and push the floor away from you. And then you want to have your hips in line with the rib cage. That's what's important, okay? So abs are pulled in. You're not pushing your butt up too high. You're not dropping it down too low. You're really engaged. So think if there was a glass of water right on your tailbone, okay? So you're starting from your knees here. And if you would rather go from your hands, that's going to change the angle a little bit for your body, but that's okay. So same thing, if you're on your hands are directly under the shoulders, okay? Push the floor away from you, but have your chest open. Now think, ear in line with the shoulder, okay? So you don't want to be looking at me, all right? So from here, you're going to try to create as much length through the sides of the waist as you can. Now pull your abs in. Think 4 inches below the belly button. That's where you're pulling those abs in, okay? So pull the abs in. You're still on your knees because we're perfecting our torso here, getting that form down. Now that chest is open, abs are pulled in. Now from here, could you straighten out one leg? Okay, so now as you straighten that one leg out, Squeeze your quadricep as much as you can. If this is too much, go back to both knees down. If this is too much, you can always back it off, go back into that child's pose whenever you need to. Now, if you have one leg straight, could you lift the opposite arm up? So it's almost like doing bird dog where you back up a little bit, but this is challenging you even more, challenging your core. Push the shoulder down, keep the abs in, squeeze your quadriceps, squeeze your glute. Now try the other leg. So first just get that leg going, see how that feels for you. Abs in, you can be on your elbows, that's fine. Shoulders are down, you're breathing, right? Inhale through your nose and exhale out through the mouth. Then you can take the arm out if you'd like. And push your toe down of your straight leg, okay? Push it down and squeeze the quadricep, the front of the leg as much as you can. Try to lengthen that leg as much as possible. Then you bring that arm down. You can go back to your knees if you want, or could you go both legs straight? Okay, so now you can take your feet out wider, which will make it easier. You can bring your feet in more, which will make it harder. Open the chest still, push the shoulders down. The only reason I'm saying open chest is so that you're pinching your shoulder blades a little bit and engage the core, pull the abs in tight. Now, do you want it harder? You can point your toe. You're not gonna lift the leg really high because I want you to keep your core engaged. So you're lifting only a little bit and you're reaching that leg long. Then you would switch legs, same thing. Breathe into it and hold. Hold, hold, hold. Remember, you can always back off if you need to, right? Breathe. All right, so from here, what we're gonna do, you can back off now, is we're gonna go into a staggered. So whether you're on your elbows, you're gonna be here and then just a little bit to change it up for the shoulders, or here, just a little bit, okay? So go into a staggered stance with the arms, with the right hand forward, just a little, all right? And then here we go, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7. Go through your checkpoints, right? Abs are in, lengthening the sides of the waist, shoulders are down, you're pushing the floor away from you. Hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Guess what? Whoop, switching sides. Ready, set, and go. Hold for 10, 9. Now lengthen both sides of the waist. Lengthen through your neck and your ear is in line with the shoulder. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so now we are gonna flip over and we're gonna do the reverse. If you can hold a plank that long, you should be able to hold a reverse plank that long. Okay, so this is gonna be a lot more for the wrists. So I'm gonna show you an option at the end of the video if you need that, okay? Okay, reverse plank time. So you're gonna have the fingers out, chest open, lengthen the sides of the waist. And maybe you just stay right here, that's okay. Abs pulled in, and just focus on opening that chest. From here, what you're gonna do is have your feet flat, knees bent, and then you'll slowly start to lift your hips up. You keep lifting up as much as you can. Then you wanna try to have your neck in a neutral position. So look up and keep pinching the shoulder blades and lifting as high as you can. Maybe you stay here, maybe you back off and you go into a seated position whenever you need to and do figure eights with the hands. Okay, so from here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna straighten one leg out, hold that, really squeeze your butt, really reach your leg long. You can point or flex your toe, whatever feels better to you. Then you're gonna switch legs, same thing, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then it's gonna be both legs straight, lifting. Neutral and hold. Squeeze your butt tight. Breathe into it. And hold for 5. Hold 4. Push into your fingers. Push into your thumbs. Open the chest and keep lifting up the butt as much as you can. You're really focusing on the back side of the body. It's a lot. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release it. You did it. So now we flip on over again. We're going back into child's pose. So knees wide and tuck the tailbone and reach. And then take it across and hold. So you're feeling a stretch through the outside of the body there. And then switching sides, feeling that stretch, tucking the tailbone. getting in through the shoulders there. Go back to center, hold here. Tailbone is tucked and breathe. And then you can stand if you want to, or go into a seated position, cross leg, that's fine too. Interlace fingers and figure eight your hands again. And then go the other direction. Make it big, exaggerate that motion, and then switch so that the other fingers are forward and do the same thing again. And reverse the figure eight so it feels unnatural. All right, shake that out a little bit. Take a nice deep breath in right here and blow it out. So Live Joyfully Well is about focusing on all areas of wellness each week to increase your joy. Remember the acronym POSES plus E. So the first letter there is P, so that's your physical wellness, or what I like to call physical joy. And with that, you can break that down into movement, into nutrition, into breath work, and into sleep quality. So let's break that down even more and talk movement. With your movement, you need to do a variety of things that will increase your strength, your cardiovascular health, your heart health, and also your mobility and your flexibility, the way you move around your body and how you feel in your body. So you really need to focus on those three things. Let's talk about the cardiovascular health here. What I want you to do today is time yourself doing a mile. If a mile seems like too much to you, then obviously back it off. Do a quarter mile or a half mile. If it seems like you could do more than that, maybe you do a 5K or a 10K instead. Warm up 5 to 10 minutes at a slower pace, and then pick up the pace for your time that you're going to do. And then you want to repeat this again in a month. So that's what your focus is. Now you can walk it, jog, run, you can hike, you can bike. If you would rather do, if you are a rower, you like rowing or stair climbing or things like that, maybe you go for time instead. So maybe you say, okay, I'm going to do 10 minutes. Let's think a rower right now. So if you're on a rower for 10 minutes, how many meters could you do in those 10 minutes? And again, you can break it, if you want to go longer, go 20, go 30. Okay, so time yourself doing that cardio. Let me know how you do. Let me know in the comments below. And you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Awesome job. And I will see you tomorrow for day 2. Okay, so a couple options for you for the reverse planks. They are a lot on your wrists, and I know that. So if you find that you can't have your hand at a 90 degree, the wrist at a 90-degree angle, you need to back off that angle, right? So to do that, you could use dumbbells. You could hold dumbbells, which will help to ease that angle, okay? So you would come up here and then lift. The other thing you can do is roll up a couple towels, have the heel of your hand on the towel. That will also work. You could make a fist and have your hands, just pushing into the fingers. Not ideal though. I'd rather you do the other one instead, because it gets you to start to think about that, having that hand flat. The other thing that you could do is from a couch or something, so you could have your elbows on the couch so it's a higher surface. What I don't like is it can be too much on the shoulders if you're on your elbows here and then going into your reverse plank. Yes, you can do it, but it really puts that shoulder in more extension here. So it just makes it a lot harder. So those are some little tips for you if you need it, okay? The other thing that you can do is omit that altogether. If it's painful, omit it and then do a bridge instead. So what you would do is just go head down flat, pinch the shoulder blades, press your arms down, feet flat, and then come up and squeeze the glutes this way. And that way you're still getting the hip portion of your core training in, okay? So this is just another option for you. So I hope that helps.